Hello, and welcome back. It's me, of course, Corel in VSC. It's been, as usual, quite a while, and I'm here with the ending of the game within a game and an Ahoy box right here next to me. So let's check it out. It's got a book and quill. I'm going to go ahead and read it because that makes sense. Another lead, a word and a word for a longer word. Look back, it's been almost 2 years, a celebration in the nether, a winner, cheers. Not about the banner so much the design part, and less about the colors so much as the heart. Okay, so maybe this is going to be a little easier than I planned. With one word, naturally, plus the other word, I think you know where that goes. Heart lands. So I might as well just, head over there, right? Get to the next clue. Alright, so I'll just come on over here to this next chest. Another Ahoy. Step number 2, in case they came across it early. Got another book and quill and a little rabbit's foot. When is a foot not a foot? So the quick clue is I built a build where a build had been built before. This build nearby had a creeper head in the previous game. Cats from long ago have moved out, but the view of the coast is pretty much the same. Go up in the small space, find the next clue, and instructions will tell you what to do. Good luck, keep the foot. But I'm going to head up in here. This is where the creeper farm used to be. One of my first ever VSC builds that wasn't at my base, which not like I keep anything there anyways. Boy, please read in order. The first one is Jake's book. No one, I think. And then a book and quill. Of course, Jake's jeans. So... and that is the truth. Low tide is a lie, and that is the truth. You can call me Jake. I'm one of the 4. You already know what's said. Protectors of lore. So far, you've only been given small pieces. Those other guys sure can be such teases. My journey began when the ship sailed out to sea. Let's face it, though, the story isn't about me. Where it matters to you is how we've come to be here. Your patience isn't unnoticed. Victory is near. For whatever reason, this world is different than most. In your heart, you likely keep it very close. It's all related to the story that continues to unfold, even though a lot of details are yet to be told. Something magical happens every once in an age when people come together in an unusual way. It began with us, the 4, but it hasn't faded. You've reignited that spark in this place you've created. With good sometimes comes bad, as you've seen. There have been mischievous doings behind the scenes. Near the start of your time here, you were watched by a spy. Fortunately, it was dealt with, all thanks to Sky. Do you remember old Longbeard back from the start? What seemed a silly detail plays a bigger part. Rumors swirled about the leap of madness in the night. Some even suggested there might have been a fight. The reality being, he was pushed from the mast, and the pusher, if you can believe it, returned from the past. Brickfrog, indeed, the murderer, the one who spied the Lady of the Sea, saw right through his lies. Even with Skywalker's help to defeat him, the lady's powers of protection were thin. Fast forward now to you reading this book. It's time for the rose you must look. With this piece of armor that I swore to keep safe, you should have all the pieces to restore balance in this place. In doing so, you will win favor of the Lady of the Sea. Be mindful, however, there are other worlds than these. I'm going to put this back. And the next one. No one, I think, is in my tree. Fate of us 4 has already been sealed. Now the who of next chosen few is being revealed. The loyal shall be rewarded, and that could be you. Depends, of course, on what it is you do. Prove your wit again, as you have all along, each step closer to that place from the song. A rose is a rose, expect it to be. A rose is a rose, unless it's the key. The code you've been given working on to solve is now going to be needed. There are blocks that can be directions if all information is heeded. It'd be nice if I could read my own books. And then finally in the book and quill, which is just going to be a real quick, like where to go next. And it's going to send them right down the ladder, down the next ladder, into the cellar for a puzzle. Of course, a little sign in case they come down here first, which I don't know why they would. And this is a little puzzle room. Then I got to grab a book. Basically, you gotta uncover them in an order and don't break things unless you're told. Start by standing on the white carpet square at the bottom of the cobbled stairs, and then you're gonna step 1 block forward, step another block forward. See? It's easy. Break the gray carpet you're standing on, and that's pretty much how this goes. So the next one now is going to be in the same direction. And the direction is Zor. Move forward, turn 90 degrees so that you're facing to the left. Go forward 2 blocks past the carpet onto the cobble, and then go 1 more forward so that you're on the gray carpet and break that one too. So now I've got the next one for the Zor code. Turn 90 degrees so you're facing left again. Move forward 2 blocks, and you'll be on another carpet that you need to break. But when I put them all together, this is what they line up to look like. And then there's only 1 block for the next directions, back to the steps. Alright, 1 block, 90 degrees to the left, forward 2 blocks, 90 degrees to the right. And then the carpet right in front of me is the one I need to break. With the code, I can go ahead and head up the ladder. So I've got to go 125 blocks on the other side of the door. It's sad that I've remembered the code. So 125 and then 2, which is why it didn't matter. And then down we go. Oh, sign. Code puzzle down the stairs inside. So we're running down the stairs and then into this room. So it's just like reading code. And you just gotta start outside the door. So we've got 72 and 100. Fly out. Ooh, or not. Come on over to this little shipwreck from right over there. Standing on this, which is where the code leads you to. You can see there's something behind me in that ship. Boy, enter here, you get a boat, you get more code blocks with Zet and Zor as the directions, and you gotta multiply those by 10. So, pretty close by. Oh man, I hit myself again. I'm dangerous with these rockets. They're not even the exploding kind. And then there's a button on the wall, push the button, and in you go. The rows will lead you to Strawberry Field. When it's a key, the row says. Path will lead you to empty frames. Fill them with pieces of armor you have, and it doesn't matter what order. Now, of course, I don't have the armor, so I'm going to have to use some cobblestone, but that's what it looks like open, and I'll show you what it looks like closed. So, yeah. Open again. It reveals this little path, and then there's another frame. So, obviously, there's nowhere to go. Pop that in. All of a sudden, there's another opening, another frame. I mean, pretty simple redstone. You can make it so that as you turn the objects, it makes it different, but I wasn't going to go with it. So finally, this last room tells you to put the key in there. When is key actually a key? And if you put something in there that's not the key, it'll return it back into this chest right here. And the key is that foot. One is a foot, not a foot. One is a key. So pretending I don't have a pick in my hand, and pretending I put the key in and made it open, come down this ladder, and you get this little room. And you come right over here. The way it's shut. Open for the loyal. Book and quill. 2 unknown code blocks. And the rest of the code. Before you continue along this road, I had to make sure you understood the code. Last part of the game will bring you back here, and so you know the ending is near. For now, you must wait for the powers that be. Word of the loyal has reached Lady of the Sea. Be patient. There is but one last small quest to complete the story of that shipwreck. Yep, just wait for now. I'll let you know. Once they have this all completed, I can bring them back here and give them the part 2. Alright, so they finished up with the first part. That's the 2 that they don't know. And one of them obviously is the dirt, and one is a stone brick. And then from there, there was a sign that said, I don't know, something about the loyal can enter through, or something like that. And now they can go ahead and come up through here, And there's a sign that says, "What knows which ways to goes? Alas, the key, the blank," which should be the rose. And of course, I don't have it, so I'm going to put the sign in. And then I can go right on down here into this little room. There's a little bit of code blockage going on the walls, so here's the book. It's called Some More Lore. A ship set sail with a crew of 29 and the captain. They were commissioned by a prince to seek the place where all worlds meet. Unfortunately for the prince, it was not the first nor the last ship he sent that would never return. He spent all his days pondering the mysteries of how and where all things connect, and he would never know. Another thing he would never know was that there were forces against him at work to keep him and anyone else from ever finding any of the secrets. Secrets of interdimensional travel, infinite spawning, how many worlds there really are, and how and why all things remain separate, yet still somehow connected. Well, you are closer than most will ever get to answers. The Valley Lore puzzle hunt will be concluding soon. The directions, which way to next, you can find right in this room. As always, good luck. So, of course, the blocks on the walls are going to be the where to go next. And come on up here. So let me see if I can put these together in the right order. That's 0. This one's at 1, 2, 5. That one's a 7. That one's a 9. Oh, donkey. So I'm just going to fly right on over. And this is actually where I'm sending them to. That lectern and that mushroom block up there is marking the code. It's a pretty long book. And over here is this little lady of the sea, or a lady on a cow. And then here's the book. Strawberry Field Forever. When is a game within a game, not just more and more of the same? Ahoy, Deckmate Lewis here, a.k.a. the spirit of the ship, a.k.a. Can you guess? Before all that, let's get a few things straight. Meet Esmeralda. She's a material representation of the Lady of the Sea, a.k.a., well, one thing at a time. Lady of the Sea or Lady on a Cow? Are they both the same? Yes, you know now. Let's go back a little bit because a few pieces are still missing. My book, my log, it was taken. The forces that be, those that work so hard against us, against the links that bind the craftiverse, the forces that kept the prince from learning the truth, because he sought it for undesirable purposes, for one. The forces that sent Brick Frog, yes. Well, you can think of those forces a bit like pirates, like bad ones, the kind that want to loot all your things, take over your ship, and burn your houses. No! But yes. They have spies all over. Brick Frog was sent to recover the long-lost tunic of Longbeard, but it was never lost. Some things that seem mysterious and hidden, if you haven't come to learn, might hold a lot more than frustration and questions. The Lady of the Sea needed the protection of the Four. Once that was no longer sustainable, well, things change. Without the pledge of protection and loyalty from the original Four, it could possibly be the Lady of the Sea ends to be no more. What would then be of the Craftiverse, the grand Mohang oversights and mysteries, broken connections, faulty portals, endless voids? The fate of the Four has already been sealed. It's finally time for the next chosen few to be revealed. Before I send you along further, let me review the cast one last time. Lady of the Sea, Esmeralda, the Light and Love, Deckmate Lewis, Spirit of the Ship, the Rose, and Skywalker. Master Frog was also the captain. Longbeard, Jake Chambers, Deckmate Noflin. Brick Frog the Murderer, a pirate, and now new friends in the mix. Perhaps a few people to help protect all this ship. You indeed, edithnackers the loyal, and you too, the brave bmcwal. Who else would it be after all your troubles? You have proved yourself worthy of learning the truth. The low tide speak for the dark influences, piracy, those who seek to destroy. You have shown me all I need, and it is you now who gets to see. I, the Rose, vows to lead you to Strawberry Field. Please proceed. Thank you. I feel like there was something more in there to be more informative, but they can just come right on over here. And then they get the signs that let them right down into the strawberry field. And once they get down in here, they can go either way, and then a little chest. So they've some prizes. And right down here is the first, like, main room. Little decorative thing. No prizes beyond that first chest yet. And then down here into, like, the underground strawberry field. Who would have thought, huh? So this is the first actual, like, treasure room, apart from that first chest. And then you can pop in here, and it's like a little reward chest. And down here is another little room. It's got the diamond blocks in it. And then it's also got some awesome gear. The picks are the same, the heads are the same, the feet are the same. Heads and feet, you know, helmet, shoes, boots, whatever. And then I can come back over here. That was where we went. And then down in here, ouch, there's a couple different ways to go. So we'll take the emerald route. And that leads you down into the biggest room of them all. With all these different little plants and stuff. And then there's 2 identical filled shulker boxes. Nothing too special, but, you know, just the stuff that you don't really necessarily always want to gather. And then down into here. Push the button, get into the gold room. So there is a helmet for Edie, the wise, and then boots for the brave bmcwal. Of course, that's not what they said. Here's the chest and leggings, some shulkers. That's a little rude. So I ended up having to throw an extra book in here because I felt like there was still some answers that needed to be answered. So the preface for the conclusion. First, congratulations, you've waited so patiently and done a great job moving through each stage of this game. It's kind of bittersweet to have it come to an end, isn't it? There's always something around the bend. LOL. Maybe the next thing I'll have less rhymes. It seems to be out of my system now. We'll see. Conclusion to follow. Though there will never be full answers to all the Mohang mysteries, lore has filled in little gaps. To learn the rest has been a task. Pirates will always work on what they can, beware the creeps. However, the Lady in the Sea has full powers once again. All connections have been restored, thanks to you. Skywalker has been a beautiful part of the story. Jake was a young punk of a kid who was wise beyond his years after lifetimes of work for the good of the Craftiverse. Master Frog, the original captain, he led the very first ship out to sea by order of the prince. As you might have figured, some of the crewmates survived. The rest of the ships, well, they've come and gone. They've appeared sometimes in odd places. Some are in pieces along shorelines. One is in a remarkable location in full form and great condition, suspended above the nether. The powers that be are amazing. As for the rest, sometimes wondering is for the best. Ignorance is bliss, they say. You might learn more one day. It's all just a story. And it all started with a lady and a cow. And yes, there's ice over there. So I guess, yeah, that's Strawberry Field. So, yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.